Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect. This is your brother Imad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Now, I just have two little videos here I want to show. I'm going to get one or two scriptures, and Lord willing, it will be edifying to the nation of Israel, the elect of Israel. Alright, so let's begin.
Are we going to war against Venezuela?
I doubt it. I don't think so, but they've been treating us very badly, not only on drugs. They've dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country that we didn't want. People from prisons, they emptied their prisons into our country. They also, if you take a look, they emptied their mental institutions and their insane asylums into the United States of America because Joe Biden was the worst president in the history of our country.
But I just want to talk about the scale of the military operation around Venezuela, because it has been described to 60 Minutes as using a blowtorch to cook an egg. Is this about stopping?
I don't think so. Look.
Is it about, let me ask you though, is it about?
What's she talking about there? You know, a blowtorch to cook an egg. You know, you saw, you know, where they using Trump, you know, to more or less, you know, push this agenda that they have. But you saw, you know, Trump is playing his part as that cruel lord. Alright, where he puff it as at his enemies and so forth. Alright? Because why? He wants to basically take the little that you have. Alright? See if we could get a script here real quick. Right. This is Psalms chapter 10. Start from verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride do it, persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Alright, because these things that Esau is coming with, you know, these plans that he has already plot for these other nations and for Jacob also. You know, all these things is going to come right back at him. Alright, and the Lord is going to destroy him. Alright, the so-called white man is that Esau Edom I'm speaking about here. Alright, it says here, verse 3, "For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after power. Power is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. And as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." Alright? So, you know, he puffeth at them, he come against them. Alright? He, right now, you know, he's sending all his military, a lot of his military ships and, you know, troops over to Venezuela. You know, as some of them are already based around and, you know, just waiting for the call. You know, which is a whole overkill. Alright, because they claiming that they're trying to stop a drug cartel, you know, but you're using this high-end military force, you know, with a whole set of other military personnel and whatnot to just take down a few men, right? So, you know, Esau Esau has his plans, and really and truly one of his plans is to basically take the resources from Venezuela, all right, because this is what they're known to do, all right, covet fields and take them by violence, all right.
Stopping narcotics, or is this about getting rid of President Maduro?
No,
Is this about
I
stopping?
don't think so. Look,
Is it about, let me ask you though, is it about stopping narcotics, or is this about getting rid of President Maduro?
no, this is about many things. This is a country that allowed their prisons to be emptied into our country. To me, that would be almost number one, because
We don't
we have
need to
other
blow up
countries.
boats in order to do it.
Mexico has been very bad to us in terms of drugs, okay? Very bad. We have a closed border right now. You probably noticed that for 5 months in a row, they have zero, think of this, zero people coming into our country through our southern border.
On Venezuela.
And all that's what he's speaking there, you know. Babylon the Great, aka America, is one of the main reasons why it has so much of these type of things taking place, you know, with the cartels and all these things. You know, they are the ones that fund these things. They are the ones that push these agendas and whatnot. All right, they are the reason why this world is like this. All right, 144 on the screen. All right, these are the wicked today that the Bible speak of. All right, as it says in let's go to the book of Job first. This is the book of Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? Who is he? Is Esau Edom, so-called white man, the elites, the top banking families and so forth. Alright, these are the people who are in charge right now. Alright, until Yahweh shall return and remove him. Alright? So these are the people that rule in today. This is why, as the scriptures say, when the world is when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. Alright, but you're not seeing anyone rejoicing. But when the wicked bear it rule, the people mourn. Alright? We're seeing a lot of people mourning. We're seeing uproars of people. We're seeing people reaching to a boiling point. You know, getting angry. You know, they can't take it no more. You know why? Because the wicked is in authority. Alright? And this is this wicked today. Alright? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? Matter of fact, I wanted the script here. Let's get it real quick. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, read from verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Right? Because, you know, these other nations, together with America, you know, they all was good at one point of time. Alright, but what the Lord doing, he's stirring up these nations to come against each other to fight war. Alright, the Lord is the one that must stand up the battle. He's bringing them closer to fight that war. Alright, they go into that place, Armageddon, to basically be slaughtered, to be destroyed. Alright, now let's continue here. It says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Alright, it also say up here, you know, never trust thy enemy. Alright, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as the iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Alright, to this devil, you know, they coming against Venezuela, you know, for really his resources and whatnot. Alright, that is what they want, you know, and then banking and then claiming that is the drug cartels and all these things that they're coming after. Alright, when really and truly most of these drug cartels is coming from Cuba side. Alright, so Esau knows what he's doing. Alright, he knows what he's doing, and you know, you must never trust this devil, because a devil will always be a devil. Alright, Now this is the book of Matthew chapter 24, and no, Salakia is Matthew 12, and let's read from verse 25. Matthew 12 and 25, it says, And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And this is what we're going to see, a lot of desolation with all these kingdoms, right? And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand, right? So very soon you're going to see Esau, Babylon the Great, aka America, be trodden down. All right. It says, verse 26, And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then this kingdom stand? Right? And how you think these kingdoms are going to stand? How you think these places are going to stand? They won't stand. Right? Because it's all kind of chaos and whatnot is going to start to take place. Alright? Now, pertaining to what the lady was asking him, let's play it over.
In particular,
Other
blow up
countries.
boats in order
Look,
to do
Mexico has been very bad to us in terms of drugs, okay? Very bad. We have a closed border right now. You probably noticed that for 5 months in a row, they have zero, think of this, zero people coming into our country through our southern border.
On Venezuela in particular, are Maduro's days as president numbered?
I would say, yeah. I think so, yeah.
And the
I didn't get the part, Salakia.
torch to cook an egg. Is this about stopping?
I don't think so. Look,
Is it about, let me ask you though, is it about stopping narcotics or is this about getting rid of President Maduro?
no, this is about many things. This is a country that allowed their prisons to be empty.
Right, and he's saying, well, they allow their prisons to be emptied and come up in their zone and whatnot, which they actually allow that, right? And this is why this man, these people are known as liars, all right? The scripture says, yeah, like your father the devil, the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abdo not in the truth, right? When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. Alright, now let me show you this video here now, where the Lord makes their tongue to fall upon their own self, because here now, this lady here, will let you know what their plans really are. Alright, you remember Trump said there's many things, many reasons they're going over there, alright, and what we have been telling you all from how long now, that really and truly this devil wants the resources of Venezuela. Alright? Listen up.
Of course, the countries, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua with Russia relationships. Why this region matters with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60% of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. You just have the largest oil reserves, light sweet crude discovered off of Guyana over a year ago. You have Venezuela's resources as well with oil, copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have the 31% of the world's fresh water in this region too.
So they're showing you here that these people want everything. Alright, they want everything. They want the Amazon, they want the oil, they want the copper, they want the coffee, They want every single thing. All right? They want everything. These are the wicked today, as the Bible speak of. All right? These are the people that ruling. This is that cruel Lord. These are these people who puffet at their enemies and so forth. All right? Because they want what you have. All right? This is the book of Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands." Right? So they could wake up one morning and decide to say, well, hey, let's storm in Venezuela now, and let's take what we had to take. They have that power. All right? It says, "And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away." All right? So you realize, as it says here in verse 2, "And they covered fields and take them by violence." How you think they want to take Venezuela right now? By violence. How you think they took America? Excuse me. How you think they took America? By violence. All right, the Native American Indians that was there before Esau, what they did, they take them by violence. They take the land by violence. All right, the scriptures don't lie. These are these same people today. All right. It says, "And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." Right? So these once these people are wrong, death does follow them. Calamities that they have. Evils does multiply on the earth. Every time these people move around. All right? These are the people today that is in rulership. Okay? So let's listen over to the video again.
Of course, the countries, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua with Russia relationships. Why this region matters with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium.
So Trump ain't coming out and saying boldly exactly what they want, but it have the smaller heads, coming out and saying what they had to say, the Lord making their own tongue to fall upon themselves, right? Revealing them for who they really are.
Triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60% of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. You just have the largest oil reserves, light sweet crude, discovered off of Guyana over a year ago. You have Venezuela's resources as well, with oil, copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have 31% of the world's fresh water in this region too. It's just off the charts. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security, and we need to step up our game.
You see the wickedness, all right? You see the wickedness. This is how they boast. They boast about what they do, all right? Let's jump back here to Psalms 10:3. It says, "For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and he blessed the covetous whom the Lord Yahweh abhorred." All right? What I want to get at here is that the wicked boasted of his heart's desire. His heart's desire is to do what? To take the land. All right? The land of Venezuela. All right? And Venezuela is not going to go down without a fight. All right? So it's a lot of war. A lot of things are going to take place. A lot of bloodshed. All right? This is the time that we're living in. The wars, the rumors of wars, and so forth. All right? So keep your eyes peeled. Pay attention to what's taking place. All right? The Lord is mustering up the battle. and he's bringing them all together to fight this war. Shalom.